Today we're going to learn how to multiply using the grid method. What you're going to need to do this lesson is a pen, a piece of paper and your brain switched on. Let's look at our first calculation, 28 times 32. Before we do that, we need to draw a grid. Now this grid looks a little bit like a noughts and crosses grid or a tic-tac-toe grid. In the top left hand corner we put a multiplication symbol. Then we're going to partition our first number. So the first number is 28. Now 28, 2 and 28, that represents 2 tens, which is 20. And we're going to write that in our grid. Now the 8 represents 8 ones, and we're going to write that in our grid. Then we're going to move on to the 32. Now the 3 represents 3 tens, which is 30, and the 2 represents 2 ones, which is 2. So now you can see we've plotted our numbers in the outside of the grid. So now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the numbers together to give us answers, and then we're going to write the answer in. So the first one we're going to look at is 20 times 30. Now I can use my number facts to solve this, because I know that 20 times 3 is 60, times 10 is 600. Then I move along, I'm going to do 20 times 2. Now this one's easier. 20 times 2 equals 40. Then I move down and I'm going to do 8 times 30. Now again, use my number facts, I know that 8 times 3 is 24, times 10 is 240. And finally, the last square is 8 times 2. Now 8 times 2, easy peasy, is 16. So now I've got my grid complete, and all I have to do now is add all the answers to the multiplication calculations that I've got. So I look at the first one and I write it down in column addition format, making sure that my numbers are in the correct place value. So I write my 600, my 40, my 240 and my 16. I draw my equal signs, and of course we're adding now, so I put my operation in. Now starting at the ones, I'm going to add vertically down. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0, plus 6 equals 6. And then 0 plus 4 is 4, plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And finally 6 plus 2 is 8. So the answer to the calculation 28 times 32 is 896. Let's have a look at another one. So now we can look at 93 times 21. Again, we need to draw our grid first, which looks like a noughts and crosses grid or a tic-tac-toe grid. In the top left, we put our multiplication sign, and then we begin to look at partitioning the numbers. So the first number we're going to partition is 93. Now the 9 in 93 represents 9 times 10, because it's in the tens column. And 9 times 10 is 90. And the 3, well, that represents 3 times ones. So 3 times 1 is 3, so it's in the ones column. Then we move on to 21. Now the 2 in 21 represents 2 tens. Now 2 tens is 20. And the 1 represents 1 1, which obviously is 1. So now we've plotted the partition numbers around the outside of the grid, we can now multiply them to get the answer on the inside of the grid. So let's look at 90 times 20. Now I know that 90 times 20 is 9 times 2 times 10 times 10. So let's break that down. I know that 9 times 2 is 18 times 10 is 180. So 180 times 10 is 1,800. I write that answer into my grid. I move along, and 90 times 1 equals 90. Then moving down, I've got 3 times 20. Now again, using my number facts, I know that this means 3 times 2 times 10. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 10 is 60. And moving along, we've got 3 times 1, which of course is 3. So now my numbers are complete and my grid's complete. I need to plot them in column addition. Now, the important thing here is that we make sure the correct place value of each number is in the right place. So we're going to look at plotting 1800, then 90, then 60, then of course 3. We draw our equal sign, and remember, we're doing addition, so we write the addition operation. Now starting in the ones, adding vertically down, we go 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 3 is 3. 9 plus 6, 9 plus 6 is 15. So we write the 5 ones and we carry the 110 over. 8 plus 1 is 9. And finally 1 plus 0 is 1. So the answer to 93 times 21 is 1,953. Now it's your turn. Written down here are the steps for you to be able to complete the calculations below. Remember, follow the steps one by one. And I want you to have a go at each one of them and see if you can get the correct answer. If you get stuck, if you need help, you can always rewind the video and start it all over again. Good luck!